So many people, they want to be able to start a new journey, and decided to do this video because all of us all of us wonder. I was walking down Melrose, and I'm in LA working fires. I fight insurance companies for a living, and I'm here since the past month just working. And as I was on Sunset Boulevard, I went to one LA church and visited, and then had lunch. And because I was by myself, had an opportunity to do a lot of thinking. And you may be where I'm at today, right? And YouTube is an opportunity to make it easy for us to kind of vent and work even through some of the things that we're going through, right? Like, this may be therapy for me right now. The very fact that you may be watching this may be therapy for me right now, right? Because I'm far away from home. I live between California and Florida, but I'm in Southern California right now, right? I'm usually in Northern California, and I have 2 kids there, 6 grandkids, and life is lifing all the time there. Just a lot of people. I own a company out of Northern California, so just a lot of different things that are usually going on there. But in Southern California, I have friends, right? I have friends, and I'm not here to visit right now. I'm here to just work. So I just barely got my own vehicle. I was sharing vehicle with my business partner, and we were going everywhere, staying at her home, staying at the same place, just, spend 24/7 together. And just barely I rented my own car, because my car, it's coming here. We're shipping it here, but it's not here yet. And had an opportunity to do a lot of thinking. And you may be exactly where I'm at. And YouTube has made it easy for you and I to be able to talk to other people that may be going through the same thing we're going through. So I'm 60 years young, and it's that thought, right? It's not regret. I would not call it regret. Like you all, I don't regret my life, right? I don't. And I don't have a stand. So you're going to see a lot of my hands when I get tired, okay? I try to get a stand. Amazon said they deliver my stamps so I can do this YouTube and not have to go through this, but I don't see it. They sent a picture that it is in the mailbox. But it's not. I opened it, it's not there. So yeah, I get to hold my phone. It's so easy for channels right now to do YouTube and to be able to be seen. And I don't want to not do this video, because it really, earlier, you may be where I'm at. Earlier, I was thinking, it's not regret. What I feel in my heart is not regret, because I don't regret getting married. Out of getting married, I have my 4 beautiful children, okay? And 7 grandkids and counting, right? It's not regret. It's that thought of, what if? Is that thought, that lingering thought, what if? So I'm from the Dominican Republic, and I was taken to New York when I was 13. And I remember just being young and saying to my mom, I don't like New York. I'm leaving New York. The minute I get to be 21, I'm leaving. I hated the cold, and just not a happy camper about being in the cold weather. And I remember just saying, I'm gonna leave and go someplace. And California was not part of that plan, not at 13 years old. I just knew that it was cold, and I wasn't used to the cold, and something had to change, and warm weather was in the cards, okay? But eventually it was like, okay, this Mercedes, it starts saying it's gonna shut down if you just stand still. It starts telling you that not to leave your children or pets here, because it turns off. The Mercedes literally turns off when you're just sitting in the car. So that's what it's doing, and I have no control over that, so I apologize. But yeah, I was walking down Melrose and I was thinking, okay, I moved to California at 21. Like, I made some really big girl decisions at 21. I was going to a business college, and I'm so grateful that for me, there were people in my world, in my life, that said it doesn't have to be that way. Like, we think, I just don't understand why those around us, like, culture tells us you have to get married at this age and you have to have children by this time and you have to do this and you have to do that. And a lot of people in my world were like, and you have to get a degree and get a good job. Remember, I'm 60. I'm not this young generation that, you guys are YouTubers and you guys are entrepreneurs and do these things. Like, back in the day, it was you go to school and you work for the right company, and then you get the right job and you go up the ladder, and eventually life is good. I don't know what that good meant, because as I think back, a lot of those people, they did not have a good life, and they climbed that corporate ladder and it didn't work for them. But I'm just really grateful that God brought into my life Ed. Ed was my boyfriend that I left New York with at 21 with $100. And he was like, you're gonna hate corporate. You're gonna hate working in that environment. Like, I cannot see you in a cubicle. I loved dancing. It was my thing. I loved dancing. I was, very much myself, even at that young age. Like, you could not tell me this or that, because I was going to tell you I was not a Christian. Glenisha was going to tell you exactly how it was. And he's like, you're just not going to do well in that environment. You are not going to be happy there. And I was going to a really good school for business, and I could go to like NYU. I had scholarships. I had different things that I could utilize if I wanted to do something different. I had gone to school already for 4.5 years, didn't have all my credits at all because I took so many ESL classes. English was my second language. I graduated at 15 and a half, and there was no structure. As far as myself, there was no structure. I was taking classes to take classes, just trying to figure it out. I was a political science major. That's what I was, okay? I started college at 16. I had to take a year off at 19 because I was in and out of a mental institution. A lot of trauma, a lot of things went on. And I was gang raped at 19 years old, and literally lost my mind for a whole year. And I could not say that until after my 40s, okay? I could not say that to anybody, what really happened to me that weekend or week or what. As long as I was there, I have no idea how long I was where I was. I remember walking in. I remember that it was on a Friday. I remember that. I remember calling my ex-boyfriend and saying, hey, things are not so good. Can we hang? And I knew these guys from around the corner that were drug dealers that were my friends. And I went to pick up, and I never came out. And I don't know how long I was there. It was so bad that I could not talk about what went on that particular weekend or week, or as long as I was there. I just remember what went on there. I just remember what went on there, and I don't want to be graphic or anything like that because that's not what this video is about. But it was like I was 21 and I had gone back to school. I was back in school taking my classes and trying to finish my degree, and he was like, no, you really should drop out of school. You really should drop out of school. And we did a course for real estate with a company that was not a good company. We didn't know any better, but we took a course together. That's where I met him. And then we moved to California. And the reason why I moved to California is because I was going to pursue being a theater arts major. That's what I wanted to do in my heart. That's what I wanted to do. My sister was a model. Maggie, my late sister, was a model. She had her own modeling agency at 21. My uncle supported her, and she did some great, amazing things. And that's the life I wanted to follow. I also have my older brother that came to US dancing as a dancer from the Dominican Republic. My other brother is very much musically inclined, and I just loved acting. I loved modeling. I loved makeup. I loved dancing. Anything that was creative and artistic, I loved. And I'm just so grateful that I have people in my life that push me to come to California. Well, I was 21. I was young and dumb and moved here with $100. Ed and I, we left in his Ford Escort, packed, packed, because girl, oh my goodness, girl has stuff, okay? Yeah, I had so much stuff. It was like that car took about 10% room of his stuff, and then the rest was my stuff. Just so much stuff. And we left with $100 and came to Southern California. I remember going to Venice Beach, and we came to Venice Beach, and oh my goodness, Lord have grace. It's so hot in this car. We came to Venice Beach, and I remember we came for a weekend. We came for, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 days. And I remember just falling in love with California. And he was like, this is where you belong. You should go to school here. You should follow your dreams. You're going to be so much happier if you actually follow through. He was in the Air Force, and he was stationed in San Diego, and he knew about Southern California. And we just came on vacation, and he was like, you're so gonna love here. And exactly that. We came, we visited, and then 3 days later we packed our stuff and we moved here. So many things. I mean, that's a story for another day. Everything that happened on the way down here where we were supposed to stay, that did not work out. We were going to stay at his cousin's house. His cousin was incarcerated. And so many things as we were coming down. But God gave us grace. Eventually we found jobs, and we were able to move out of his cousin's home. His cousin's ex-wife allowed us to stay in her home, and that was a blessing until we got ourselves on our feet. But I was going to school. I was going to school during the day and working graveyard, and it was difficult, you all. I thought it was a dream that I wanted to follow, but when it got hard, when I saw myself away from family and seeing how difficult it was. I used to go to work from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. I didn't have a car. I had people that took me to work, and then I had to figure out buses and everything else to get to school. I was going to Cerritos College in the beginning because it was what was close to me, and it was so difficult. I was taking I was taking a theater makeup class, and I was taking choir, and I was taking just different things that require for me to actually use my talent. And that was easy to do, but it was still very hard to stay up all night and do the thing. And eventually I gave up on myself. And I found a great path. I've been doing adjusting, I've been doing claims for 37 years. And I love what I do. I love advocating for people. I love showing up for others. I feel like I always say that the reason why I do this line of work, and I love it, and it's because anything that I do where I'm helping people, I love doing it, because it's advocating for people. And I had so much abuse and trauma in my life that I wish that there were people in my world that advocated for me. And I really think that that's why I connect so much with helping people. My friends used to call me the 911 lady, because anything that was an emergency where you needed to fully show up for people, I was there. Like, I could figure it out no matter how difficult it was, because that's kind of like my upbringing. My dad died when I was 3, and it was a lot of figuring things out at a very young age, and I'm grateful for that. But in the back of my mind, it's like, oh my gosh, but what if? What if? That's the question. What if I would have followed my dream? What if I would have continued the path? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what if. But I'm sure it's not just me. And it's so sad, because I do think about it often. What if? And it's not that I don't have the ability to go back and do it now. I do. I mean, I can find a school, right? I can find a school. I keep on saying, well, I'm going to go and take pictures, right? But before I go and take pictures, I want to be able to have my, it's not Invisalign, it's veneers. I want to get my veneers, because I had Invisalign. And I had Invisalign, and my teeth right here, they're still crooked. They're still not straight. So it's like, wow, I wanna go and take pictures, but I really wanna have veneers first. And then after I take my pictures, then, I'll find an agent, and then maybe I will find a school. And it's like, girl, just do it. If you're gonna do it, just do it. I mean, I'm working fires now, right? Today is Sunday. I could take classes on weekend. I could do things as I'm here. I have nothing else to do. I could do it if I really wanted to do it. And then how long am I gonna continue to say what if? When I'm 80, when I'm 90, like I'm 60 and I'm still young and strong. And this is the time. And if you're there, and I decided to do a video, because if I don't do it now, if I don't speak my truth, I always say that I am bold and vulnerable. I speak my truth, but it's like, okay, can you say the real truth? Like, I wonder, that is my truth. And if you wonder as well, what if you would have married the girl, right? Marry the guy, opened the business, written the book, moved overseas or whatever. What if? And can we do it together so that we don't wonder 5 years, 10 years from now, what if? And I'm going to take you through this journey, and this journey may be messy and uncomfortable, right? Because like, I have a really good career that I love doing. I fight insurance companies for a living. People need my help. I love what I do. But can I not do that and do this at the same time? Of course I can. So that I don't have to wonder on my deathbed, what if? And if you're with me, if you're sitting there wondering, What if I took a chance on myself? What if I took the pictures with my teeth crooked? Right? Like, who cares? What if we did it together? What if this video really truly encouraged you? What if it took me, right? I've been on YouTube, I don't even know, like 12, 13 years. What if I would have done it back then and made this video and spoken my truth? What if, right? What if we start today? Who cares how much time we've lost? Like, we can do nothing about the time that we did not do the thing. But we can be mindful about today, about right now. And that's what I'm looking to be mindful about. What if I started today? What if you and I started today? I hope to God that you will, and I will keep you on this journey with me. Let's go. If I can actually train, okay, I wonder, what if all of my life about being fit, and I did that, okay? I did that at 50. I did that at 50, and it's been a beautiful 10-year journey, and I did it, and I'm so proud. I just realized that I did it at 50. I always wonder, what does it take to have a fit body? And I am a competitor. I am a bodybuilder. Like, I did the thing. And I hope to God at 70, I say I started 10 years ago. And it doesn't matter whether I do a commercial or maybe I'm an extra for the rest of my life. But I want to say 10 years from now, I did the thing. How about you? Can we do it together? Let's go. Let's do it together. You're a 10. I'm cheering you on. And I know that you're cheering me on. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's not wonder. No more what if. Let's go.